Hello, this is Sarke from the band Toulouse Cold and Sarke. You are listening to the Thomas Eriksen podcast.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the Thomas Eriksen podcast. Episode number 24, wasn't it? Let's see here. 24. Wow, that's good. My name is Thomas Eriksen. This is my podcast. I am the narcissistic egotist bastard of the Norwegian black metal band Mork. I have been doing this podcast now since the beginning of COVID, actually. And I have been enjoying it very much. I would like to send out a huge thanks to all the listeners. Somehow you have been piling up, and that's good. Obviously, you appreciate the conversations that I have with my guests and stuff, so that's cool. And also huge appreciation sent to all of my guests who has been on here and who will be in the future. Thanks, guys. Yeah, about Mork, which is my main focus. You know, the podcast is basically just a fun thing on the side. It's a fling, as you say. Mork has just recently released yet another single. It's the second single from the new and upcoming 5th album. The album's name is Katedralen, and the first single was Arv, which means heritage. The second single that recently got put out there onto the world is called Svartmalt, and it translates to painted black. The first single had a music video, and the second one had a lyric video, so you can find both on YouTube and Spotify and all that shit. Personally, I prefer the physical stuff, but those singles do not have any physical releases, so you have to wait for the album on vinyl and CD, that good stuff. You can head over to the band's web page and web shop and pick up merchandise and albums and put in a pre-order for the new album. That will be a lot appreciated, obviously, as it's not what it used to be. You know, if you look back at the artists from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s, they actually were able to make a living of music. But after the internet came along, things have changed. So every little bit helps. And keep in mind, this is a passion project. I'm not doing this to get wealthy. This is something that's ringing true within me and in my heart, black heart. So thank you for the ones who have already been supporting me and my music. The new album Katedralen will be out via the great record label, legendary record label, Peaceville Records on March 5th. And as of today, we still has. I am Norwegian, sorry. We still have a release concert booked the day after, which is the 6th of March. It is supposed to be held at the Rockefeller Music Hall, the main venue over there in Oslo. And things are kind of shutting down and opening up and shutting down each and every day now over here in Norway. So due to the pandemic situation, of course. But if the situation allows it, we will have the show over there, and that will be awesome. I think it will be a 200 ticket exclusive, since we have to have the COVID restrictions going on in there. But no one knows anything, so you just need to stay up to date on it. If you have bought tickets already, you will be refunded, I'm sure, so no worries there. So Google the shit out of it and get your tickets. The new album actually got a 5 out of 7 review in the German Metal Hammer recently, and that's cool. That's a big one. So danke schön. And it was also a quite large article on the band in there as well. I'm waiting for my own physical copy of that. That is something that's cool to have in the collection, you know. So danke again. I got some more special guests lined up the upcoming months, so that's good. So the podcast isn't dead yet. It's not being released as frequent as the early days, but I do this now every once in a while when I have the time for it and when a guest shows up, basically. So it's not stressful for me. It's still fun, you know. And as long as I can do this when I have the energy for it, it will remain a positive thing for me, and I suppose the results and the episodes will become all right to listen to as well, you know. So that is that. This week I returned to my journey earlier. I think it's about a month ago now, or plus minus. I went to Bergen and I had a podcast with the very great Gal of, you know, Gal. If you don't know Gal, then I don't know what you're doing here. That ended up really nice, a long chat. And the same weekend, I also, the reason why I headed to Bergen is actually to get my arm inked, tattooed by the very great tattoo artist and artist in general, Jannicke Wiese-Hansen. She is probably most known for doing the early Burzum album arts, and she did the first Satyricon album. Very nice lady and talented as hell. So after she ripped my arm apart and made me bleed and sit in agony, which was my pleasure, I talked her into doing a podcast. I know a couple of you out there has been asking for a conversation with Jannicke, and here we are. So, as I said, she's a great person, a great lady, and I think our chat was really interesting. We go through her story, just like all the guests on the show. It's kind of a biographical thing. So thank you very much, Jannicke. And here it is. Enjoy my conversation with Jannicke Wiese-Hansen. Å, fy faen. Faen, se her, Jannicke. Se hva du har gjort.
Har jeg skadet deg?
Se hva du har gjort.
Unnskyld.
Det er åpent sår.
Ja, beklager.
Men fy faen, så fett det blir.
Jeg er så glad vi tok denne hodeskallen med. At ikke det bare ble en geit på en staur.
Jeg vet det, men se her da. Nå er det bare en skøll. Og den er så creepy og sniker rundt hjørnet og litt kul der da. Se.
Peekaboo-skall.
Peekaboo.
Plutselig var ikke han så ond lenger.
Det her blir introen på podcasten faktisk.
Ja, det blir det.
Jeg skal klippe til, så det her blir introen.
Ja. Peekaboo.
Det er Kindred Spirit. Kom igjen da. Hva heter det?
Ikke Kindred Spirit.
Det er Ildsjel. Nei, ikke hør på meg. Jeg begynner å bli Prosecco igjen nå. Ildsjel.
Da ser jeg, nå spruter du covid utover bordet her.
Covid?
Ja, men det er vekket til mandag, det går fint.
Ja, Jannicke har sånn der Gifo.
Ja.
Hva var det du hadde for noe? Du hadde ikke...
Jeg hadde ikke Gif, men jeg hadde Sif. Litt sånn billigere dritt jeg fant på sånn kjappe på Svineren eller noe.
Du mine.
Ja.
Det var jo så sticky etterpå.
Å ja.
Helt lik logo, men se. SIF. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm still in Bergen, and I'm down at the old docks in the old houses. That's I don't know. It's kind of iconic buildings down here in Bergen, and I just got myself inked today. My third tattoo, and today I got a part of Mork history on my arm here, which is the goat on the stick from the cover of Eremittens Dal, which was done by the very talented and wonderful Jannicke Wiese-Hansen. So I'm lucky to be a guest today at her tattoo studio here at Nidhogg. So thank you very much for having me, and thank you for torturing me today.
Oh, you're welcome. That was a pleasure.
That was
I'm
the best
sure
part.
this will be too.
The best part was the torture, right?
Yeah, so now it's over. So now it's just Saturday night.
Yes. We have some Prosecco here. We have some local cider. Some beers. This is good stuff.
Definitely.
So,
And you did good. You didn't even cry.
I didn't.
No.
No tears. I wasn't even blank i øyet, as we say. That's good. I wasn't moist in my eye. So, I'm a big boy, you know. But you tend to worry more than you have to.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I still do it. I've been tattooing for 25 years. I've been tattooed for about 29 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm still worried when I'm going to get tattooed. But I'm a big wuss. The older you get, the worse it gets. So...
Now, after a while, it was okay. I didn't even think about it, actually.
Mm.
And but if you concentrate on it, it's kind of like getting cut with a knife.
Yeah.
Or burned.
Have a very
or
angry bee on your hand.
Angry bee.
Yeah. Stinging like continuously.
ADHD bee. Yeah. Okay, Jannicke. You are a personality in black metal history. Just as much as the artists who are making the music. You have made some pretty amazing artworks and logos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, coincidentally.
Yeah.
We were just hanging around and the bands in the 90s were forming and they needed logos.
Yeah.
And I wasn't about to go on any stage because complete stage fright and not a musician.
I heard you were humming earlier today while tattooing me. You were
no.
humming the song we were listening to, and you kept the notes.
I did.
Yeah, you did. So this is
good.
bullshit. You're a singer.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Camouflage singer.
But I always, this is kind of a portrait of you. So we just start at the beginning. Where did you grow up? How was your childhood? And stuff like that.
I grew up about 5 minutes walk from here, from the house we're sitting in now, on the hillside of Bergen in Norway. And I grew up with my mom. My dad lived in the States, so I saw him every other year, pretty much.
He's American?
No, he's Norwegian.
Okay.
Born in Argentina, but yeah, he's Norwegian.
Wow.
But he went over there to do fish farming, salmon farming. So I went to high school, living in his house in 89, 90.
Yeah.
A bit in Anacortes, north of Seattle.
Wow.
Just when the grunge started. That was kind of interesting. But it was just to be there for a year and see how that was, and then came back home.
But, okay, back up, man. When grunge happened, did you, like, catch that?
Somewhat. I mean, I was just a freshman.
Yeah?
No, a sophomore in high school.
And then you're like 16 or something?
Yeah, 15, 16.
Yeah. But did you
So-
go to any shows or...
Not any grunge shows then. Actually, I have to think about it, because I went to see Aerosmith and Skid Row, but that was just to go to big concerts.
Yeah.
And by then I was so stuck in Creator and Death and all this. So I was kind of too cool for going for Aerosmith.
Good girl.
But but I went anyway.
Yeah.
And Skid Row was warming up, and it was amazing to be on that gig because it was so huge.
Yeah.
Like, I'd been to Metallica here in 88, which was, 4,000 people in Skedsmohallen.
Skedsmohallen, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
So for me to be on a big concert like that was huge.
Was it like an arena?
Yeah,
kind of- okay.
Tacoma Dome. I can't remember how many people there is. Like, I don't know, 40,000 maybe.
Oh wow.
It's like humongous when you're from tiny little Norway.
Oh man.
At that time, we had to always travel by train or by plane to Oslo to see the bands.
Yeah.
Because nobody would come over the mountain to Bergen.
The funny thing is that I got to know an older gentleman in Halden some years back. I haven't seen him for a while. I guess he's pushing 70 or something. He's from Bergen.
Okay.
And he went and saw Black Sabbath here in
72?
yeah, the first time over here. Was it 72?
I think so.
Because
71 or 72.
I think it actually was even earlier than that. Maybe 70. But I may be
Okay.
wrong. But it was early on.
Yeah.
And they actually came over here and played Bergen and a bit, not only Oslo, you know.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that show over here?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, but a very dear friend of mine, Erik, Brødreskift Grimm,
Yep.
who killed himself so many years ago now. He was a huge Black Sabbath fan.
Yeah.
And he never could quite forgive his parents. He's 69, born in 69.
Yeah.
He could never quite forgive his parents for not bringing him to that show, which was, well, that was 71 or 72.
Yeah,
so he
yeah,
would have been
you're-
2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
But he was always talking about that.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, he left us before Black Sabbath came to Bergen the first time. So he wasn't here for any of the shows, which really sucks. Every time I see them in Bergen, I'm like, "Ah, fuck it, you should have been here."
But hopefully he did travel to see them, right?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so he
think
got
so.
to catch them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's good.
I
Oh,
hope
man.
so.
Yeah. I don't know. Those kinds of concerts are the most mythical and, I don't know, most interesting to me because it's like, oh, they played there? For example, I'm a huge AC/DC fan. And I found out that AC/DC actually did a Swedish mini tour in 76
Okay.
when they played basically folkparker, like this parks with kind of scenes for the dance bands, you
All
know.
right. Yeah.
And the first show in Scandinavia was in Falkenberg
Okay.
at Cortina Dansbana. And AC/DC was, I kid you not, there were intermission act in between the sets of a dance band.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
But just
That's impressive.
try to imagine being there and
Yes.
seeing them back then.
Yeah.
Bon Scott and It's a Long Way to the Top and everything.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Yes, and they did that for a couple of weeks in Sweden that year.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's nerdism at the max. I'm sorry to nerd you out here,
Oh, no,
but
no.
I'm that kind of guy.
Now, I was going to say, actually, I've never been into Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Because, again, you know, when they came, my head was still stuck in Creator and all that. But at Värfta, the venue where Beyond the Gates is every year, and
Yep.
Hole in the Sky used to be,
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses played there in, what was it, 87, I
Wow.
think? And there were about 50, this is what I heard, I wasn't there, so I'm not going to pretend I was there neither, but I heard it was about 50 people there, and half of them had left the venue before the band was done because they were so bad. That was right before
They broke.
became superstars,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Wow.
So just before. I think it was in 87.
That's
which is
insane.
kind of neat. In Little Bergen that never saw any of the big bands until like the last 10, 20 years.
Oh, man.
And then Guns N' Roses was here. Nirvana was supposed to play at Garage, the rock pub, but they got too huge on their tour. Like, posters were already out. They just had to cancel it.
Was this like on the Nevermind era?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Nirvana at Garage. I can't even imagine that.
There was a legendary, I know we're not going to talk hugely about concerts, but there was a legendary concert at Garage with L7.
Yep. The girl band.
Yeah. And I was there with a friend and a couple of mates, and me and her, we were like, oh yeah, girl power. This is so cool. Running around and yeah. Didn't want to talk to our other friends. Like, no, this is a girls' night. And then I think the bass player, she was wearing a skirt and she had her period then. And at some point in the middle of the show, she reaches up under, pulls out a tampon, and just throws it in the forehead of a guy in the audience, and it just kind of went boop, 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 hitting some other people before it went on the floor. And we just went, no, that's not girl power. That's just fucking gross. But I hear later that's legendary. Like, people have heard it. If they're into L7, they've heard about that gig, but very few people know that it was a garage here in Bergen.
Wow. But
So-
that has always been kind of an underground band, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think
Because-
the most known they were when they were Camel Toes or whatever.
Oh, I
in,
never heard about that.
I can't remember the name of the movie. Kathleen Turner.
Oh, they're in a
Masse-
movie?
Yeah, Massemor in Norwegian, like mass murder mom or something.
Yeah.
Serial Mom?
Yeah, yep.
Maybe.
That's it.
And they're on because there's a gig there and there's a girl band on stage.
Aha.
That's L7, I think.
Okay, we need to check that out.
So camel lips or camel toes, they're called.
Camel toes makes sense.
Yeah.
Back to your upbringing
Yes.
then. How did you get into music or, I don't know, artistry in general? How?
I've always been drawing.
Yeah.
So that is just if we went somewhere and my mom forgot to bring paper and something to draw with, I was just very sour little kid who wanted to go back home to draw
Yeah.
and had to draw on napkins and stuff. And music I've always been interested in, but I think I went pretty much from Lionel Richie and Aha via Anthrax, I'm the Man, to Slayer
Yeah.
and Metallica. Those kind of, I
So
didn't stop
I'm the
by.
Man was your crossover thing there?
Yes.
Okay.
I still have the vinyl at home, the
Yeah.
EP. So,
That's the rap song, right?
yes. Toilet paper, what's the beat? So, actually, I listened to it yesterday, introduced it to my colleague here at Nidhogg. So,
It's fun. It's really fun.
yeah.
But did you catch the Bring the Noise one too?
No, maybe.
When they did the first crossover with the Public Enemy?
No, I haven't. I think I went from there and then didn't linger too much there and then
No.
went on to
Slayer.
harder stuff. Yeah.
So, okay, you talk a lot about the extreme bands. What was it that kind of hit you there?
I'm not sure, actually. It was just really calming to listen to that. Sort of. We were three girlfriends here. And they started listening to Iron Maiden and stuff a bit before me. And then when they went into Anthrax and stuff, I was just starting listening to it too, and I really liked it. And I really don't have a good explanation on why I started listening to it. But it's still my music. It calms me to listen to metal. Actually, more black metal so than death metal.
Yeah.
Death metal annoys me a little bit sometimes.
Death metal to me can actually be a bit stressful.
Yes,
But
I agree.
But fast black metal doesn't have the same effect.
No, because that's more fluent, more
Yeah.
a lot better mood to it, I think.
What year are you born?
73.
73. Yeah. Okay. So you experienced the late 80s and early 90s, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when how was it to? I don't know. Bergen was kind of early on in the metal scene, also. Were you a
Yeah.
part of the gang there from the very
Yeah.
beginning?
Yeah, pretty much. I remember. I think I met Abbat I was in 8th grade. I think at a alcohol-free concert at Garage. I think Tor and Abbat and you know when you're a kid, you play with the kids in your street, and then you get a bit older and you can play with the others in the streets a little bit further away from your house. And it's the same with like the metal scene here, I guess, because we were us 3 girls. We met a few people in downtown that were metal guys when I was about 14. And then we started hanging a bit more. As older we got, we started hanging with some people out in Knalvik, some islands outside Bergen.
Okay.
And we just kind of collected metalheads further and further away from town, I guess.
So you kind of grew into a scene then.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you were a part of that in the very beginning.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we went to Haugesund where Phobia was having a concert, which is now Enslaved. So we met Ivar when he was 14.
He's the young guy, the youngest,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And Embryonic was playing, which turned into Emperor.
Yeah.
And I think it was either Amputation or Old Funeral. I can't remember which of the bands from here, because we were all traveling together and all of them were playing, in different bands. So we're a bunch of people coming from Bergen down to that concert.
But
Really nice.
was it like a youth club or?
Yeah.
Like free age
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got into creating logos for these guys. How did that come about?
No, we were just sitting around, which was Demonas and Abbat of Immortal. And they were, forming Immortal and they needed a logo. So they're like, yeah, you can draw it. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And they're like, well, yeah, inverted cross and yeah, you can. And I think we were looking at Unleashed and Mayhem as very cool logos. And then I just started drawing different stuff and they ended up with the Immortal logo, which I think was the first one. I also did the first logo for Burzum on his demo, but I can't remember which one was first, really.
Yeah.
And then we had met the enslaved guys, and they were not being phobia anymore. They wanted to be enslaved, so they asked me to do a logo.
But the first one who asks you was Immortal.
Yes, I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they asked you basically just because you were one of their friends and they knew that you had a talent for drawing.
Yes,
So
I was drawing all the time. So
that's the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's completely coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Accidental, stumbling into making logos and covers.
And then it kind of spread and more people got to know that you did this?
Yes. Because I did the first and second album cover for Burzum. And also the first cover for Satyricon.
Yes.
Which obviously is like on the eastern side of Norway. So then they contacted me. I can't remember if it was through Øystein, because we met Øystein in those days. In Helvete. And he wanted me to do a record cover for Psy from Japan.
Yeah.
But at that time, I was used to working very close to my friends when making the covers.
Mm.
And to be working with a Japanese band that I couldn't really call, or, internet was not around.
No.
So it's like...
Snail mail kind of thing.
Yeah, send them a fax or something. It just didn't happen.
Yeah. But how did that turn out? Did you do it?
No.
No, you didn't. No.
I did meet the guys, though.
You did?
25 years after. They came to Bergen.
Wow.
Because they were supposed to be at Blastfest that were cancelled. So they came around and came up here at the studio. And it's really cool meeting them because we did some correspondence back then.
Yeah.
So.
You were a part of the tape trading days,
Yeah, but I never did that.
No. But you sent letters instead of tapes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
maybe drawings, I don't know.
No, I didn't have that many people out and abroad.
No, okay.
So it was more local.
And we need to go into detail for my own sake, and I'm sure the audience want to know too about the Burzum connection here.
Uh-huh.
Let's start at the very beginning there. Tell us the complete story. The parts you want to include.
Well, the first time I met him was the 16th of May at a party. And it was this odd dude that sat down on the floor, and he had a brown leather jacket with obvious holes in his pockets, because suddenly he was pulling out yogurts and like everything from his from his jacket. I was just looking at him thinking, when is that jacket empty? Because it was all around the inside of his jacket was full of stuff.
A magician.
Yes. He's just sitting there, hanging out. I think Tore was there also. So that was the first time I met him. Not black in the hair or anything. So
When was this?
I was 17, I think. So
Was this in the old funeral days?
yeah,
Because they played together there, right?
they did.
Yeah. Who else was in that band?
Abbat was in it.
Yeah.
Tore Bratseth.
Yep.
Torlak, Icelandic dude that I think his father helped enslaved in the early days with translating their lyrics to Icelandic.
Aha.
I think Harald was in Old Funeral also.
Is any of them Podden?
Podden was also, of course, yes.
Yeah. That's a name I always picked up. I have no idea who that is.
He's awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
He's still around here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I backtracked you now. Continue
Yeah.
the story, please.
No. I don't know where I was even.
He was sitting on the floor with the magic jacket that he kept pulling
Actually,
out.
it wasn't that much more happening that evening, but that's when I first met him.
Yeah, he was a strange
I just remember,
guy.
yeah, I just remember that sitting on the floor, being odd. Then he introduced us because obviously we started hanging out a lot more. And he introduced us to me and a friend of mine to role playing, like Middle Earth role playing. And I don't have any contact with him now, and always been left side politic, and he's not been on left side politics.
Yeah.
So we crashed a few times on that, of course.
So he's always been like that then?
Yeah, pretty much. And we could have hour-long discussions and stuff. But he is an amazing game master. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
So we played a lot with him and Agnete, my friend, and also Euronymous was playing with us sometimes when he was in Bergen, in Ravenloft. So it's really, really nice.
How is that? I have never played role playing games.
You missed out.
I suppose
You should have.
I'm the Nintendo generation, you know.
Yeah,
you guys are too, but the pen and paper thing, I don't know. Never tried it. You're basically sitting around a table like we are now, and then you roll a dice.
Yeah, but not the ordinary dice. You have 100-sided and 20-sided dice, and yeah. The guy who's leading, like the game master, the guy who's leading the whole thing, he's the weather, he's the enemies, he's the quests. He describes everything, and some game masters will be, you're walking down the road. Here you see a guy, but he would be like, it's raining. You can hear far up to the right. You can hear some birds going suddenly silent. Blah,
He
blah, blah.
painted a picture
Completely. So when you sat there with a few candles and very dark, and we listened to the Tortoise King soundtrack, you got totally into it, and you did it for like 7 or 8 hours in a row, maybe.
So it's a storytelling then.
Yeah, but you are a part of it as the role you play, and you improvise. Like, he throws stuff at you, and you have to just improvise.
He
right
doesn't follow any rules. He's making it up on the spot.
Yeah, he was making it up. I mean, you could buy books where you follow a campaign.
Yeah.
But he was pretty much doing his own thing.
As long as you have imagination, you don't need a book, right?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's nice to have books anyway. It's a lot of what do you call it? Schema. What the hell is that?
It's a form.
Form. Yes, a lot of forms.
Yeah.
Where, if you throw the dice wrong, if you have a shitty roll, you have a fumble chart.
Okay.
Where, if you really do it bad, you can stumble backwards on an imaginary turtle or something. So it's nice to have some books around you with some forms of stuff.
But when do you know that a game has ended?
It doesn't end.
It doesn't.
I don't think I've ever done a role playing that actually ends. I mean, your quest will maybe end, but then you're spun onto something else, or somebody moves away from town, so you have to just stop that campaign and start with something else.
Yeah. Okay.
So, of course, I don't know if I've heard of anybody who's just ending it, because if you're into
it's not like I won.
Yeah.
It's not Ludo, you know.
No. So it's more like all of you are on the same quest to win over the bad guys or the good guys, or depending on what you play.
But what did you guys play? What was when he was is it called a role master? No.
Game master.
Game master.
Yeah.
Was he like the Sauron guy with the orcs, or where
no,
were you?
No, I mean he was just he's a storyteller that keeps us in order. I was a ranger and an elf, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. I can't remember what my friend was. But we're the players, and he's just kind of throwing shit at us and describing everything. And
so you were like Aragorn and Legolas kind of thing?
Yeah, but completely not without being the actual persons.
Okay, but the race, if I can call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Hashtag me too. I know, I'm stupid. But back to Vargen, you got to know each other by the role-playing.
I write the book, Vargen Me. No, just kidding.
In the book? It's coming up, right?
No. So definitely not.
What happened on? When did you start to work together? Was that from the get-go, or were you just friends at first?
No, we were just friends, and then we were just sitting around pretty much, probably in my room, where he's like, "Yeah, I need a logo, or I need a album cover."
You were close friends, or just
Yeah,
like
we
in
were
the
close
same?
friends.
Yeah,
No, we were hanging out every day, pretty much,
Okay.
and going into like caves around Bergen, like old German bunkers, and exploring ruins. And we went up to the Stave Church, and scared people at night and stuff.
You need to
childishly.
You need to take me to those places.
I know. I need to get my driver's license.
Yeah, we made a deal of this.
I need to grow up. I'm soon 50. I should grow up soon.
Yep. There you have it. Okay, so you were kind of close then.
Yeah, we were. I mean, we were very close knit, and the more extreme the black metal scene were, the more close we became.
Okay.
Kinda. Because it was
But was it ever on the romantic side?
With me and him, I thought it was the hottest guy ever.
You had a little crush?
I had a complete crush when I met him. He had long hair. I mean, come on. But it was never anything.
No.
Only
a distant crush thing.
Yeah, just like, that was a kiss. But okay. But that was it. Anyway,
I love the drama.
No, actually, I started dating Demonas instead, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then he started dating my friend.
Yeah.
So.
There wasn't any falling out because of that, I suppose.
No, nothing. It's just, I don't even know if he knew I had a crush on him.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe he does now. I don't know.
Now he does. Maybe we'll get a call.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sat around and he asked you to draw a logo. Was that it? Or an album
Yeah,
art?
I can't remember, really, because it was so long time ago that I had completely forgotten that I did his logo.
Yeah.
Until he mentioned it somehow on some web page or whatever. I mean, we obviously don't have any contact at all. So it's like, yeah, the same person who did the first Burzum and the second Burzum cover also did my first logo. I'm like, hey, that's me. Oh, did I? And then I was looking at it and I was like, oh yeah, right. But I can't remember the details.
No, I think he used that on the demo tapes, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't ever on any official releases.
No. That was just the Gothic lettering.
Yeah, that's true. Old English. Okay, so how did you get into doing the artworks for him?
I was doodling and drawing all the time. So.
So you just saw something lying around. Hey, I like that kind of thing, or
No, he gave me that because the drawings are based on role playing books. Temple of Elemental Evil, I guess. Which is a D&D, I think. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons books.
okay.
So he came with the picture, and he's like, "Yeah, I want just this little creature." But he didn't want it like in color. He didn't want to use this. He wanted it more necro and in pencil drawing, pencil style, more primitive. Because everything was supposed to be more primitive then, because that's more evil.
Do you know where he got the inspiration for that idea?
No, but his world was role playing.
Yeah.
A lot. And I guess it was only him doing Burzum, so I guess to have a lone figure in the mist would be, in nature, would be very fitting for him. I don't know. I have no idea why.
That artwork is amazing.
Thank you.
Really eerie, and for the longest time I was certain that it's just a cutout from the other one.
Yeah. No, that one came first.
Because
I drew the other.
Yeah, it's so fuzzy that it actually looks a bit like it's been blown up,
Yeah.
But it's not.
No, that's its own drawing.
Completely amazing. And when we are talking about it, we need to mention our mutual friend Hudbreideren up in
Coolest tattoo I've ever done.
Kjell Arne Hubred, salute. He went to Jannicke and got that first Burzum album, but
his two passions are Star Wars and Burzum.
Yep.
Especially Yoda. And he made me, he wanted me to do a tattoo on his leg of the first Burzum album cover, but with Yoda as the creature in the mist. And I just had a blast doing that. I was perfect combination.
It's so funny. I like it. It's not funny, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
And you have it in your book here.
Yeah, my portfolio.
yeah.
I had to be a part of it.
Yeah, because it's excellent. It's genius.
I think I posted it on my Instagram, and I just commented below that wow, little did I know that it was Yoda all along.
Yeah.
So.
Burzum is actually from Dagobah, you know?
Yeah.
Nerdism.
Cheers to him for a brilliant idea.
Cheers, Kjell-Arne. The listeners of this podcast has already heard an episode with him, actually. So I
nice.
gave him his own thing because he has meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
I remember when I met him back in, 2007 or something. It was like, hey, yeah, Dark Throne is rehearsing in my basement and recording albums there.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay.
Not starstruck at all.
Yep, no, not at all. And we both share an extreme love for AC/DC. So we are tight knit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
back to Burzum. I'm so curious about that stuff. You did for the first one?
Yeah.
And how did that happen? I know how it happened, but how did he receive it? You finished
I
it?
gave him the drawing. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But he would probably stop by my room a few times just to see how it was going. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember.
how big was the original?
A3.
A3.
A3 pen, normal copy paper.
Where
I
is
think.
that? Is it gone?
I don't know. I gave him the drawing, as I did with all the originals back then.
Yeah.
Oh, we're friends. Here's my drawing. Here you go. Never seen again. Bye.
Yeah. Do you think he has it?
Yeah. I think either he has it or some record label in the UK has it.
Aha.
It might be there. I'm not
What's
sure.
that label again?
Right now, I can't remember at all.
Oh.
I can picture her, but I can't.
Oh, Misanthropic, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Patricia or something?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
We should track it down. You should.
Now, I was trying to maybe get to exhibit it on black metal, but no. Which is fine. I mean,
So you did ask?
Yeah, through and through and through. I didn't ask him personally.
No?
No, I testified against him in the court of law.
Yeah,
Just have
yeah.
to say that first of all. So we have absolutely no contact.
No.
No.
There's no
Just to set that record straight.
no Christmas cards.
No.
No? That's understandable.
Yeah.
But he obviously came back and used to a second time.
Yeah. But we were still friends and hanging out. I mean, really, we were pretty much every single day we were hanging out. So it's just natural, like one of your closest friends, you would ask them to do something if that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
sort of.
sure. But
So-
one thing before I forget it. How was the reception of that artwork outside the two of you from the rest of the...
I can't remember. I think Øystein thought it was really, really cool. But I can't remember. Because I didn't talk to many people outside the scene here,
Yeah.
locally. So we were just kind of backing each other up, like listening to each other's like demos and seeing the different drawings, and everything was just cool at that
Because
time.
that first album it kind of went big. It became this
Yeah, I didn't-
mystical thing, you know?
Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen.
You didn't catch that at all
Nope.
back then.
That was just, I heard somewhere in South America, there was some fans that had like an altar with that album on, with the album cover, worshipping it. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where we're at, you know?
I know now.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it then at all in any way. But it's interesting now to see how huge that scene, especially the early things, have been.
Yep.
I mean, I found the first T-shirt like unused with the album cover that I found. I'm like, I don't know where it's at right now. It's at my house somewhere. But stuff like that is also like, maybe I should sell it or something. I don't know.
You should.
2 years ago, I found a sketch or unfinished drawing when I was drawing the second album. I just realized I was drawing it too little, and I stopped in the process of drawing it, and I drew it once again on an A3
Aha.
before I gave it to him. So it's an unfinished first or second cover.
That was on a A4 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is it the same kind of the same motive? Or?
Yeah, completely the same motive.
Yeah?
It was just me with a pencil realizing, no, this doesn't work. I have to make it bigger.
Have you released that? I made a scan of it?
I haven't made a scan of it, no. I took a picture on my Instagram. And
I missed that, actually. I should check that out.
yeah.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
But you figure out the details became too little or something?
Yeah.
Too small?
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
It was kind of off. And I'm a perfectionist, so... it's
Yes,
like-
you are.
Yes.
We just did a tattoo and it became perfect. So, thanks again.
Thank you.
I'm really a proud owner now. Oh, man.
Looks good on you.
Thank
Definitely.
you. Thank you. I will put it out on the socials for you guys to look at. But
You can hear the plastic wrapping around your arm.
I feel that it's burning. But you did it again on the A3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you basically took it out of the book of the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
front, it's the cover.
I think I've seen it actually. It's kind of, is it like bluish?
Yeah.
Kind of color thing. Yep. And,
But again, he wanted it more pencil drawing and necro and more stämning, really.
But it was supposed to be that particular castle, or were you supposed to make a different
redrawing
one?
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what was it supposed to represent? Was it his own? Did he have any ideas?
No idea.
No.
No.
I want something like this.
Yeah,
Do your thing.
pretty much, yeah. But
Okay.
it's so long ago now, I can't remember the actual conversations that we had.
Yeah.
So
These are so extremely important releases and artworks. So that's why I'm trying to pick your brain a bit
Yeah.
about this, So
Yes.
spill the beans.
yeah, I've forgotten the beans.
Yeah.
They're somewhere in a drawer. I don't know.
Yeah. But what happened then? Because that was the last one, right?
Yeah. I did one more, and we fell out. Actually, things started happening and stuff. Suddenly, we were not friends anymore.
Was that because of the stuff he did? The public stuff that people know about, or was it?
No, we were still friends, I guess, after the first church fire, kind of. But I don't know. It's kind of complex that I don't want to get too much into, actually.
Yeah, sure, that's fair.
But we fell out.
Yeah.
We can just say it that way. Rather abruptly, on second day of Christmas, actually, because I remember it, and I got so pissed off. I went out in an alley and started punching the wall, which was kind of painful. But yeah, no, that was the end of that, and then we didn't have anything more to do with each other, pretty much.
So
After that, he gave me just the record cover back, like, yeah, here.
But that was
Okay.
like for a third one.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. The artwork.
The artwork was the gates of Mordor. So
Okay.
he was still in the role playing world.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where the drawing is.
You need to find
I
it.
should have found it, yes. So
Have you really
maybe I
looked?
was maybe I got pissed off and threw it away. Could be. I don't know. But yeah, no, I stopped working with him then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So what happened next then? What was the next thing you did?
I can't remember if the Satyricon was after that. With the Satyricon cover, I was really slow. Like Sigurd was like, "Have you drawn it now?" I'm like, "No."
How did you meet Sigurd?
I think that was through Øystein.
Okay.
I think, but I'm not sure. Because it was at that time I was living still at my mom's house, I think, and then if somebody was going to Grieghall to record anything, Øystein would ask me if I had room for some musician. That's how I met Frost. He was kind of young and blonde, and suddenly met up on my doorstep and was going to stay at my house while recording.
Or you were just housing the guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was like, yeah,
Like a
they
hostage.
don't have,
Hostel.
they don't have anywhere to sleep. And I was like, yeah, sure. It's like with that when I that was even at my mom's house.
Yeah.
I had Gutle and Hellhammer sleeping over at some point because they were doing some recording. And when I moved from myself, I had my own flat. All of the Emperor guys, when they were doing the anthems, all of them were staying at my house with their girlfriends. And then when one were done with his work, he went home, and then I think they were there for 2 weeks. was really cool though, because in the evening when they came home, as I said, I'm not a musician. I've never been to any recording sessions or anything. But every day when they came home from Grieghall, they were sitting there and listening through what they'd done that day.
Oh, the rough
Yes.
mixes.
And I was sitting there with them and listening to what they'd done.
Wow.
You know, it's really cozy guys. So it's really nice to be a part of just listening to the build-up of that album.
Yep.
So,
That's legendary stuff.
yes.
So you never dropped by the actual studio ever? Well,
The Grieghall?
Yeah, any
No,
of them?
never.
No. Wow.
Actually, I didn't have an interest of going by there.
No?
No, we were just hanging out, being friends. You know, that was more than enough.
Really relaxed situation, considering now how big and special this is, you
Yes, definitely.
know? People
It's
would...
like making homemade pizza and sitting there and eating pizza and listening to stuff.
suppose people would kill just to be able to have a sniff of what was going on over there in that studio, you know?
Probably, yeah.
Because I don't think there's any footage or anything from those recordings.
Not that I know of.
It's a few, if so.
But people didn't take that much pictures, though.
No?
Now everybody takes pictures of everything,
Yeah,
especially themselves, you know. But now, back then, you just like had a picture. It was, yeah, seldom.
Then it was like a photo shoot, you know, and then
Yeah.
the full get up with the corpse paint and everything, you know.
Yes.
But tell me about how you got into working with Sigurd then, and how he approached you.
I can't remember the details again because it's so long ago. But
was-
at the end, he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm coming to Bergen." So he came here, and I think I drew it for 20 minutes. No, 20 hours.
20 hours.
consecutive.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there with me, you know, like more this and more that and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then we had pizza breaks, and then it was finished. Then he took the drawing home, pretty much.
So you guys sat together for 20 hours and drew that thing.
Yeah, he stayed at my house, and
Wow.
we just did that.
Yeah. The guy has a
How
vision.
how to make me do stuff. I'm so slow. Jesus. It's like, have you done? No, not yet. I have a Turnus thing that I should have done last year, but still haven't. Here I am, sitting, drinking cider.
Pour some more of that if you have it, if you please.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's good, huh?
Yeah, it's great.
This is Aga Humlepung, just saying, because Humlepung is so funny.
Maybe a sponsorship out there?
Nah,
Nah.
nah. Which is fine. It wouldn't be healthy for me. I'd be drunk all the time.
Drunk on life.
Drunk tattooer wouldn't be that much fun.
Skål!
Skål!
Oh, this is great.
Yes.
I'm feeling so good. It's Saturday night. I'm in Bergen. You know,
The
no
weather
worries.
is shit, as it should be in Bergen.
Yeah, but we're inside this old fucking house here, and I don't know. It's magic.
Bryggen is nice. This house
is.
is from 1705. And when it's really, really windy, and I sit over in my corner when I'm tattooing, you can actually feel the house move. It's not like old houses where you can feel it kind of bumps a little bit in the wind. This
Yeah.
moves a little bit. It's like being on a boat.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting sometimes.
We were walking outside towards your studio here today in the daylight. We were here last night too, but it was dark out. But we really saw how skewed this is. You
Yes.
know, when
The
will it
houses are
tip
really
over?
leaning on each other.
Yeah.
It could be a good like I don't know, Disney cartoon, how they're leaning on each other. Yeah. You got some of the doors that are amazing that you can actually open them.
But I suppose it moves really slow, so there's no immediate danger of
No.
anything getting stuck.
It'll be
or...
fine.
Yeah.
No, they're renovating the house is really good here. Because this is on the it's Bryggen and it's on the World Heritage list
Yeah.
of UNESCO. And they have to, when they renovate houses and make them more safe and secure, they have to label everything and put everything up exactly as it was.
Yeah.
A bit stronger though, but when they find stuff, I mean, they have to leave it as it is. So I know a few houses down from here, between I think the second and the third floor, or the first and the second floor, they found the knuckles of a dead sheep
Wow.
inside the wall. They took it out, labeled it, and then they shoved it back in, and then put put the wood back up on the walls. Because, you know, if somebody else is going to fix this in about 200 years, they need to find a sheep. We can't remove it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was hoping it was this building, because we would had a little, you know, a ghost going around here, maying. But no, it's a few houses down. I'm sure they have a little sheep ghost.
You don't know what's inside here?
No, but this was renovated before we started here, so I'm sure
Totally.
if somebody... Yeah.
So they broke it open and...
Yeah, they've completely like done the digging underneath it and everything. So
they're not just tightening the screws and...
no, they're doing it proper.
Yeah.
I know they found something up here in the attic that they couldn't really label and say what it is. And since they couldn't, they just left it. So next people who will renovate this will find it, and maybe they can figure out what the hell it belongs to.
Well, was it like a tool or?
No, it's like a carnival thing or circus thing or something. I don't know what it is. I haven't been up to look.
Just left it?
Because it's not. Yeah, they're kind of just. Well, you know.
So there's one more story here.
Yeah, but this is just attic, and I wouldn't walk up there because that's not secure.
Okay, then the feet would be hanging out of the ceiling here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fascinating.
Yes, I love this old building.
You are really lucky to have your studio here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I completely agree.
Yep.
I feel like a happy cow sometimes and just walking around like, oh, this is so cool.
Nidhogg tattoo studio, and just one floor below you is Gal's gallery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're gathering. We have the House of Evil.
This is the House of Evil.
And culture and art. We're forgetting to be very evil. But no, it's really, really nice to have him downstairs. He's such a good friend too, so we can hang out up here or down there or whatever.
Because of you, we got to hook up a podcast yesterday, last night with Christian or Gal, and we came there. I don't know what time it was, around. What do you think? 6, 7? Yeah, say 7. The point here is that we didn't leave until 4 in the morning or something. So it was a really nice time.
Really good time.
Really good time.
I must say, you look very good for having been awake until 4.
I'm surprised
partying.
Too.
Yeah.
I am really surprised.
Like very, very put together.
I think the savoring point here, or we got up and got our breakfast.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because of the COVID thing, we had to like schedule. Okay, we are going to eat between then and then.
Yeah. How early was that?
At 10.
Okay, that's livable. I guess.
It is,
Yeah.
but my head wasn't right when I got up, you know. But
I can completely imagine. Yes.
But some bacon and some fats and some shit, you know, and a shower, fit for fight.
Yeah.
So it's all right.
Or tattoos.
Yep, of course. So,
Getting tattoos when hungover, I've tried that. It's not. I don't recommend it. If it's a really bad place and you're completely hungover, oh man,
it doesn't sound good.
no. I was so unprofessional. I was embarrassed. Been tattooing for 25 years, working on a back piece. Somehow this party went on until 5 o'clock in the morning the day before I was supposed to get tattooed at 11. I showed up at 1, and I told him he was late too, luckily, but still, coming with the sunglasses on, he's like, "You went out last night." Yeah, I'm sorry.
This was in the UK, right?
No, this was here.
Here,
actually.
okay.
Yeah.
But the guy is from the UK, right?
No, because he's from Budapest.
Budapest?
Yes,
all
he
right.
was guest tattooing here.
Okay.
And he was gonna, but the other guy who's working on my back, he's in London.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Croydon, Kali tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, with the world with the plague, it's not very easy to go over there and continue the back piece.
No. A friend of mine actually went over to England this last year, quite late, to see his girlfriend, actually. So it's possible.
A friend of mine went over also to see
Yeah.
her boyfriend.
There you go.
So yeah, but I think she's back now, hopefully. But I would just go. You know, one thing is if you go to see your beloved, it's okay to stay with them for quite some time.
In the quarantine, yeah.
Yeah. But to go over there to get your back tattooed for a day or two and then come home for 14 days of a quarantine, it's like, no. Got my kids here? No.
It's a lot of time for drawing, though.
That's true. Again, I got my kids here.
You told me earlier today that you actually enjoy the train between Oslo and
Yes,
Bergen.
I love it.
And I have actually taken that route, and it's you're expecting mountains and shit, but it's basically 95% tunnels.
Yes.
And then
Keep
it's
it
like
safe. Keep it safe.
yeah,
it's
and then
snowy
it's
up
like
here.
2 seconds with wow, and then gone again.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But
yeah, but I just love how you go on a train, like in Bergen. It's 6 to 7 hours before you can get off the train. Mm-hmm. So you can draw as much as you want. You got the calmness to read. You can sleep a bit and wake up and go get something to eat. Glass of Prosecco. Go back, draw some more. Because usually we're just stressed and running from this to that. And if you take a plane, it's like get to the airport, get it luggage in there, run up, be in the air for 55 minutes or 45 minutes. Okay, they're back
quick.
in Oslo. You have to go on a train, get your luggage first.
Yeah.
Then you're in Oslo. And it takes a while too, but you're more stressed.
That's true.
Here, it's just you wander onto the train, you sit there, have a good time for 6-7 hours.
And there's actually like a pub wagon.
Yeah, like a restaurant wagon.
Yep, that's true.
I came from, I think it was Inferno, 2 years ago, and there was something wrong with the brakes on the train, so they kind of stood still at Ål station for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I had another friend, she was in the other part of the train, and she had also been at Inferno. So we were just like messaging, like, let's meet up over a bottle of Prosecco in the restaurant wagon. And we just went there, had a bottle of Prosecco until the train started going again, and we went back to each other's seats. So
yeah, and isn't there also what is it called? Sovekupé. What's that called?
yes, like sleeping
Coach, sleeping coach. Yeah,
yes.
with beds.
Yeah,
but
I
they
tried
are
that too, which is really nice.
a bit more expensive. I never tried that, but I took the train nighttime one time, and sitting and trying to sleep, I did not manage.
You know, I can sleep anywhere.
You can?
I'm completely okay with that. It kind of sucked when it was smoking train though.
Yeah.
When you were supposed to, you wanted to sleep, and everybody, who was smart and smoking, they would book a non-smoking seat and go back to the coach where they could smoke, and then go back to their seat again. And us that were there all the time would just like get cancer instantly, almost. One night cancer.
I don't know. There's something about, I don't know, because I didn't bring a pillow, obviously. I had like my sweater, but I don't know where to put my arms.
Yeah, no, I just...
You just pass out.
Yeah.
I would
And it's
love
like
to
in the
have.
States, when my dad lived in the States and I was going to go and see him, it was like 10 hours to Seattle from Copenhagen, I guess. And I would just go around the clock the night before and stay awake through Copenhagen, get on the plane to Seattle, and I would pass out.
Dead tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd wake up somewhere almost in Seattle.
Wow.
Do you have tricks to do it?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's a beating.
Yeah.
It's grueling to stay up like 24 hours before you're leaving. So
Well, it depends on if you have fun and draw when you stay up.
that's true.
Yeah, I'm a night owl, so I'm kind of used to just staying up.
My trick when traveling with the band is basically being a bit tipsy when entering the plane.
That works too. But
And
I
I-
get paranoid if I'm drunk when I'm going to get on a plane.
Aha,
I'm
okay.
like, I need control.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. I'm sure that changes when you're like traveling and
But it's scary because I think it was when we flew to the US and it was a free bar.
Oh. Damn.
With the ticket.
Yes.
It was like non-stop.
That's scary.
That's
in
scary.
itself, yeah.
But it wasn't a grueling thing. You were sitting like this tight little box because it wasn't fancy tickets.
Yeah.
But it was manageable,
Yeah.
Travel program with Thomas and Jannicke. Yep.
Yes, because you can't go traveling anyway now.
That's true.
Dreaming of Greece. But yeah.
Yeah. What else did you do artwork wise that we haven't touched upon yet?
Well, I did the ancient logo at the same time. I was 18 at the same time as I did the Satyricon album.
Around
got-
mid 90s, right?
Early.
Early 93-ish.
Yeah, or 92.
Okay.
Svartalvheim, I think, is the first album they have.
Yeah.
And I did the ancient logo because I became friends with Henrik, who is also an amazing game master. Just by the way, so we played with him too. That was me and Kirsty. Should probably do a thing with Kirsty, actually, when I think about it, because she was a pyrotechnician for Immortal and Slave, and she's been traveling a lot with all these guys.
Pyro technician? Wow.
Yeah, and light technician, and yeah.
She's
We'll
from
get
Bergen?
back to that. Yes,
Okay.
she's been in the scene almost as long as I have.
Hook us up.
Yes, I will hook you up. That's fine.
I'm so happy. I have a tattoo artist here who has inked me, and she's also my agent over here for getting getting
Do you want
introduced.
to talk with him or maybe her?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, but we played with Henrik. I think even Grutle joined us once. And in fairness of Gorgoroth, but he was just there sitting kind of next to us waiting for Grutle to get done, which didn't really work. So
Yeah.
that was just that one time. Then we went back to just being Kirsty, me, and Henrik. And I've done, let's see. Well, I did do an oil painting for the first album for Immortal, which didn't become the cover because they figured out along the way that it's more original back then to have a photo of themselves. So that was, yeah. So they did that instead. But on later releases, that painting has become the inner cover
Okay.
of the album on vinyl.
Show me that afterwards, because I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
can show
painting?
you. Yeah.
Okay. With colors and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a shepherd that looks mysteriously a lot like Demonas, and some goats, and a fjord behind it, and a red moon and stuff.
Proper.
Yes. So I did that. But I've also done, now I'm just like, yeah, Orkustus, the Orkustus logo, the Galsved logo
Yep.
is one of the newest ones. I did Inquinoc, which is the only foreign band I've done the logo for, which is in Seattle.
Okay.
Inquinoc is really, really good metal.
What kind of metal is this? Is it black metal?
It's black metal, and it's kind of pompous in the way that Emperor is, sort of.
Yeah, like symphonic kind of
Yeah,
thing?
I like it.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it for ages because, I'm stuck in the Norwegian ones.
But they're still around?
Not sure. This
No?
was also this was early 2000, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I did that.
I'm not that well versed in American black metal bands.
Nope.
Because there's black metal all over the world,
There is, which is kind of odd. I thought it was this little Scandinavian thing.
Oh, no.
And Greek thing. And Japanese thing
It
with
is.
Psy.
Yep, it's something that appeals to a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and that just proves how true and pure and good it is.
Yeah.
In my mind, at least.
Have you seen the? I think it's on YouTube. The metal in Botswana. It's a little mini documentary thing
Okay.
about some guys in Botswana who are completely into metal.
Yeah.
And in the end there, it's really cool to watch them because it's so different from here. But at the end there, they're at a metal show with a band from Botswana they're interviewed a little bit saying that they do metal, but they put their own myth and legend and stories from Botswana into the lyrics.
Where is Botswana? Help me out there.
Africa, Botswana.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, it's warm and they wear black leather pants and stuff.
Wow.
So it's dedication for sure. And it's completely different than here. And of course, like all the metal people, they're like evil, aggressive, black leather when they listen to the music. And then one of them is helping his dad out with a bunny, like a little bunny farm. He's like, oh, they're so cuddly and so cute and stuff. So you have typical metal. You're like, so cool. But you're really fuzzy on the inside.
Like us all.
Yes.
We are breaking
in
down.
an evil way, of
We
course.
are breaking it down in the myth now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But again, I've also seen it adapted in like First Nation tribes in the States.
Okay.
Where they have, what's it called, like ghost face. They do corpse paint, but it's ghost face, and it's legendary to the First Nation people, and they do their myth and
Yes.
legends into it. which is an awesome adaptation.
We can touch upon my thing then. You actually helped me out.
Oh, did I? No.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, no, I've done the Mork thing.
Yeah.
The Mork album, which was cool because you wanted something in the same feel as the Burzum albums, and it was so long after I did those that I have taken different routes in drawing and art since then. So it's kind of interesting to backstep that path that I've had for those 20 years and try to get back into the mode that I was doing the pencil drawings for Burzum.
Yeah.
When I was doing the Mork album. It's really, really cool to do.
Extremely thankful that you accepted.
Thank you.
Because when I kind of heard that, hey, that's Jannicke, the artist, you know, I was told by my friend, and obviously the idea hit me at once. I need to at least approach her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And,
it was fun to do it.
And a part of that is actually the thing you inked on me today. It's a part of that album cover.
Yeah. Which
So,
makes it more special. It was fun to do it as well.
Really much means a lot to me. So, and the fans love that artwork too.
Yeah.
So it really works.
Nice.
We should do something
to hear.
together again in the future.
We can do that.
Yeah, awesome.
Definitely.
Awesome. With your twist on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
I was actually thinking, because you asked me which other bands I've done. I'm working a lot with Enslaved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for there is the 2 first logos, but I do a lot of poster designs or T-shirt designs for them, or for binors, a lot of different stuff for them. Like jewelry design, like how to do things that I don't know how to do.
Do you do jewelry?
Not really. They asked me to design because they wanted 2 Thor hammers with different kinds of heads on it. This is a bear head with the
Okay.
enslaved E right here that I'm wearing.
So you drew that sketch and then someone crafted it?
Yes.
Wow.
I've done 2 different ones.
Who does the handiwork there?
I don't know. But I give them the sketch and then they do something.
Cool.
Eva gets ideas and then he's like, "Hello, Mom. Will you do this?" So
you're still the go-to woman for such things?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But primarily you are a tattoo artist.
Yes.
Tell me the story about you becoming a tattoo artist.
That has kind of to do with black metal as well, because the only Thomas that runs Let's Bus here in town, he was the only one tattooing here at that time, and I was working as a bouncer at Garage. And he came over to me and asked if I had done the Immortal logo. And I was like, yeah. And he just opened his shop then. So he asked me if I could do some flash work for him and make some drawings that he could have on a wall. And
What's flash work?
Flash is just when you come into an old school studio, they have a lot of drawings on the wall.
Yeah, like all the tribals and all the
Yes.
stuff.
And
yeah.
one of those papers in A3, it's called a flash.
Aha.
Yeah.
With several images on it.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's a flash, and it's a flash design. Every one of those images is flash design.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So he wanted me to do some flash. And he could tattoo me to pay me for it, and that was a very good idea. So I started doing that when I was 18.
What was that, your first tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did that for a while, and then I became an apprentice with him. So it's kind of through the Immortal logo that I started tattooing as well.
Okay.
So now I've tattooed for about 25 years. Been traveling a bit in the States and on conventions from here to New Zealand. It's really nice. I'm looking forward to getting back to traveling a bit.
Yeah, you're a touring artist too.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, kind of.
Becoming a rock star?
Yeah.
Don't get cocky now.
I did. No. I'm horrible at getting cocky.
That's good.
I really suck at it.
You should try to practice that a little bit, you know.
Yes. I'm going to go
It's
and
good
be
for
cocky.
image.
Yes.
But you're starting to make a name of yourself, and you even have made up your own style, which we talked about earlier today.
Yeah, I do. Very inspired by the Norwegian stave churches, the portals or the doorways, the ornaments that are around the doors and entrances to the stave churches
Yeah.
are amazing. It's wood carved beyond anything I've seen, and I'm very inspired by that. So I'm kind of making wood carving tattoos, also with a lot of Norse mythology and Odin and runes and all of that combined with stave church ornaments.
There's just something about those tattoos. I looked through your book here, and as also be following you on the socials, obviously. But I don't know, there's something that just works so well with the human arms and everything, and those kind of designs.
Yeah, both are so organic.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it. And my dad has been wood carving a lot in his days, and I would like to do so too.
Okay.
But I have tendonitis in my arms, so
You said so.
Yeah, so to wood carve anything actual wood would just ruin me for too long.
You just carve people.
Yes, I carve people instead. So much more fun.
She came out here
Less of a mess.
earlier today with what is it, apron on. The Mad Butcher. I didn't get any less scared then. No. No, Jannicke is very gentle, and so I
Tattoo
survived.
with a chainsaw next. The
Yeah,
Mad
let's
Butcher
do that.
apron.
But what can I say? Where did you learn how to do those wood carving tattoos? Because they look really authentic, if you know what I mean. Did you just study those church ornaments, or?
Yes, I just became a wood nerd, I guess.
Yeah, because it's really natural for you, it seems.
Yeah, no, I've always loved wood carving, and the patterns in wood, and it was completely coincidental because in the beginning, at least the first years I was tattooing, I was trying to be a potato that would fit everything, like do portraits and color and new school, and you know, mostly it would be black and gray, dark, but I would try to be good at everything. And then one guy, a brother of Einar in Vardruna, he came in and he wanted to cover up a tattoo he had with a woodcut raven. And I did that. And then this other guy came in and he had some pictures from an old clock that his grandfather had woodcut. And then, I did that. And then the third one that came in was this guy who did... he wanted both his arms in the Hyllestad portal, Stave Church portal.
Okay.
He wanted, starting with one arm, but then he wanted the other one too. And he was really good at, I think, Pinterest, and had good photos taken of his arm and posted it. And that, it didn't go viral, as they say today, but a lot of people saw the wood carving from him, and then they wanted to have it too. So he kind of created its own market. And there was a tattooer called Shando Jordan, who was a German who's really good at, specialized in Oriental tattoos. He was at Let's Bus at that time. And he's been around. He's been at so many conventions and really respected tattooer. And he saw the wood carving stuff and he's like, that's what you need to do. Fuck the rest. Just don't do the rest. Just do that. Because he hadn't seen it before. And he wanted me to just do that. So for once I listened a little bit. So, I mean, of course, sometimes I do other stuff as well. But to do a color new school, that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
And luckily now, I because of those wood carved tattoos, I get to go around and work at conventions, and I got sponsored from Cheyenne, who is the people that make the machines and needles that I use.
Yeah. Yes.
So it's been good.
How many years have you been doing that particular thing? When did you find yourself in that?
I'm not sure, because it was just coincidental again. So at least 15 years, around there, I think.
15 years?
The wood carving thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
think
thought
so.
it was more recent.
No.
Okay.
No, I've been doing it, but more and more specialized.
Yeah.
So now people come from, New Zealand or Canada or places where they have wood carving culture and get that stuff tattooed here.
Ah, that's really cool.
Which is also nice to be at Bergen, because then they get like the old house and the history at the same time. Americans really love coming into these old houses.
Of course. Just sitting in here in your, I don't know, this is basically an old kitchen, I suppose. But what is it called? Laftevegger? Was it called in English?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the walls, the wooden walls in here are from 1705.
The timber walls, we can call
Timber,
it.
yeah.
Timber walls.
And they're original from then. And they look the part. They're old and worn and solid. So
I love it. It's so
Me
great.
too.
Yeah, it's so great.
doing the Viking wood carving style also gave me another job, by the way, which was completely different, which was designing coins for Samlahuset and for the Isle of Man, because they have a Viking history, because they were under Viking rule for 400 years.
Yeah.
So they wanted to do memorial coins with Vikings and myth and Norse kings and stuff. So they approached me and asked if I could do it. And first I was like, ooh, I got so much other stuff to do, and I don't, as I said, I'm slow and I still have works that I should have done. And then this woman from Samlahuset, she's like, well, just every design you do has to be approved at Buckingham Palace by the by the Queen's people. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm in then.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've done 24 or 25 coins in silver and some in gold.
Wow.
The most recent one was 1 kilo silver that I did design, just pencil drawings for the design on one side, from its battles and its explorers, its kings, and Norse mythology. And then they're sent to Tower Mint in London, where they shape the coins and sculpt them, hand sculpt them.
Wow.
It's really cool.
So this is like collector stuff, limited edition kind of thing.
Yes.
So you're basically a millionaire now then?
I wish. That'd be nice. No, but it's really been fun to do those and to hold the gold coin that you design in your arm or in your hand. It's like, okay.
Did you get any?
Yeah, I've gotten one of each.
You have? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the worth for one?
It varies a bit. Like the normal silver ones are about between 400 or 500 kroner.
Mm-hmm.
But the last one they sell out for 20,000 kroner. The 1 kilo silver coin, because it's like 99.9% silver.
Wow.
And the gold coins, they have two different, depending on how much gold is in it.
Yeah.
They have one that's 4,000 or 5,000, and one that's 9 or 10. I have the cheaper ones. Yeah.
Okay.
And I agree to that. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, sure. You won't sell those, I suppose.
No.
They are yours.
They're mine.
Momentums.
And my mom is so cute. She's collecting them too, because I have 2 children. She's like, yeah, they both need to inherit one each, one series each.
So she bought them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Not the 1 kilo one, which is okay because it was extremely expensive. But yeah. But I've been toying around with because there was somebody who said like, yeah, you should write a book about stuff that I've been experiencing and stuff that I've done. And I just think it's funny because I won't do that. So
the book idea was not something you really kicked on?
I don't think so. But no, the whole book thing was just funny. If I was ever to make a biography, and I think this may be more fun in Norwegian than English, would be it should be called Fra kirkebrann til Dronningland. Because you go from church burnings to the Queen of England. Now my best buddy.
Yeah, sure.
Me and the corgis. No, but it would be just funny.
I don't think you should push the idea away, You can always start scribbling down something, and there's people out there who can help you to make manuscripts and put this into the pages, You don't have to do that on your own.
I don't know if it would be interesting enough, but maybe one day.
Come on.
I would like to make a book, though, but that would be to illustrate one with the wood carving style, watercolor with Norse mythology. Maybe I'm going to go somewhere along with that.
Oh, cool.
When I'm done with all the other stuff that I should have done ages ago.
Now we have Prosecco in our glasses.
Yes, we do.
My lovely ladies, skål.
Skål.
Now it's a real party.
Yes.
It is. Yeah, you just came. We had a little pause here, and you came up that you remember that you did some more artworks, right?
Yes, I did the album covers and the logo for Death Cult. Two of them. That's one also. Another one I should have done.
Yeah.
Quite a while ago. I do T-shirt designs for Eternus, and I did the Vulture Industries logo, and of course the No Mosh logo for Death Like Silence Productions. with
Euronymous label.
Yes, with
I'm
the
looking at it
club,
right now.
Yeah, the clubbed arm. No mosh, no trend, no core. No fun, no core, no trends. I didn't do the letters. I just did the very skinny arm with the club.
The proper Norwegian teen black metal arm.
Yes.
Yeah. Not too muscular, but
No.
just like all the guys.
It would be sometimes when you were watching like in the old days when you were watching the different vocalist singers.
Yeah.
Like I was remembering when I was watching a live gig with Gorgoroth and Hot was playing, the first singer.
Yeah.
And he's tall and he was so skinny then, and I was always wondering where the hell are those lungs? How can he scream that deep and that long, and he doesn't have, his waist is so thin.
But he's tall, right?
He is tall, so they would be long lungs.
Lungs, right?
Stretched lungs.
And I think it's so funny when I see that picture, that drawing you did of the skinny arm with the arm wristbands and shit. I see like early stuff with Celtic Frost and those skinny guys with them. Those
humongous like nails and spikes
and stuff
everywhere.
around those skinny arms. It's kind of funny.
Needs to look bigger.
Yeah, it's not quite Manowar,
No, luckily, no.
Or you're not into the robust guys kind of thing, the macho guy.
No, not the Manowar, at least. Manowar.
Okay.
No, not there.
That's good. I like that. Because I'm not like that neither. So
No, I like the burly, big Viking dudes. Definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
the bear,
I'm
bear
a
cake
burly,
guys.
big girl, so I can't have some skinny little thing.
Sure you can.
No.
Okay, we won't go into that. No. And then we need to touch upon something else you did, which was quite special. And it bothers me today that I never got to attend.
Yeah.
You did a festival a couple of years ago.
Yes, the Black Metal Festival
Yeah,
in
or
2000.
black metal.
Black Metal.
Yeah,
Ink Metal.
Ink metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was in 2015, November.
Is it 5 years ago? 6 years ago? Wow.
And it was sadly the same weekend as the Bataclan attack, the terrorist attack in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Actually. But it was a festival of... I wanted to open a window... No, wait, okay, backtrack. We started thinking about doing a tattoo convention in Bergen. And because there was one, but the Bergen Tattoo Convention. But if I was going to organize one, it would have to be more based into black metal, because that's more who I am. So we started thinking about it and planning it a bit when we were in London at the convention there in 2012. And it would have to be, the connections that I had within the black metal scene and everything. We started thinking maybe it's a cool thing with a combination of a festival, music festival, and a tattoo convention. And then it went into everything. It was a tattoo convention. It was a festival. It was a film festival. It was exhibitions. It was live interviews on stage. It was so much more than just a festival. And I wanted to open up a window to Norwegian black metal pre-1994, pretty much. So I asked a lot, like most of them are my friends. There was some bands that I didn't know. I asked, let's see, Helheim, Aternus, Tåke, Gehenna, Kampfar, Enslaved, Galsvird. They had their debut concert there.
Yeah, you told me that last night, actually.
Yeah. And there was Old Funeral.
Yeah, that's the special one.
Yes,
Yeah.
they had a concert, and they had not done a public concert in like 20 years, I think. They played 3 songs.
Yeah.
The original lineup with only Podden and Sabbath and Tore.
But Mr. Vikernes was in there too, right?
Yeah, but not on my concert.
No. But he was there in the old days.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yep.
Let's see, because it was 10 bands altogether.
1 day? 2 days?
2 days.
2 days. Where was it?
At Vafte.
Okay.
USF, like the same place where
There's several
gates.
venues there. Which venue did you use?
the big one.
The big
Actually,
one?
I had the whole house pretty much because we had the big venue where the concerts were happening. Then we had the smaller venue next to it where we had the tattoo convention. And then we had the gallery where it was art exhibitions with it was Gal's debut exhibition.
That too?
Yeah.
Wow.
We made him come out of his art shell.
You made him.
We're like,
Evil.
you should do this, sweetie. It's like, we had to talk him into it a little bit. He was a little bit reluctant, but
Yep.
then he was like, thought about it, and it's like, okay,
Yep.
we should do that. And we had also Neseblo at Helvete in Oslo. They were giving us a lot of memorabilia, like really cool stuff, black metal
As
stuff.
an exhibition thing?
Yes, as an exhibition thing.
Yeah.
I exhibited some things. Tanja Stena, who did some other black metal covers, like Tåkefärd with Dark Throne,
Yeah.
and several Burzum albums. She also had exhibition there. We had...
You should hook us up too.
Yeah, but she's kind of shy.
She's shy?
Yeah, I don't think she would like to do this.
If we have a low volume on her microphone?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Maybe. I can ask her, but
Cool.
she's shy. She
Yeah.
doesn't like that stuff.
Yep, sure.
And we had God, there was so much going on. The film festival, we figured I wanted to show the festival goers the movies that we used to see when we were at each other's room at our parents' houses, like in the early 90s. Like Freaks and Tortoise King, Necromantic, Eraserhead. We were watching that. And I was out one night, a Saturday, came home quite drunk, and I was like, it would be so cool if Jörg Buttgereit would come to my festival. He's the director of Da Tortoise King and Necromantic movies.
Okay.
Cult director. And I knew Höst from Talk. I had met him once before, but that was the only thing I knew of him. And I was like, so how do I get in contact? Like 5 a.m. in the morning. I found a Facebook page with his name. I'm like, yeah, that's probably fake, but I'm going to send him a message. Hey, come to my festival and have a screening or something. And when he answered on Monday, when I was at work, I almost fell off my chair. You know, it popped up on my phone. Jörg Buttgereit is answering, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the? Ooh, okay. And he's like, oh, thank you for the invitation, but what would I do in a Norwegian black metal festival? I'm like, well, you might not know how much of a big influence you had on our music and our mood and everything back then. It's like he had no idea. So he actually came up with his wife and had a screening on his new film called German Angst, and was here the whole weekend.
But did he have like a panel discussion thing?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Where Dirk Rapp, Per, and I wonder if it was Harald Fossberg.
Yeah.
I think they were interviewing him. Not sure. Well, I think it was Harald, but I'm not sure.
Harald is great, by the way.
Yes, I know.
We
and
love
so
Harald.
is Per, I have to say. So,
I don't know Per, but I'm sure he's good.
Yeah. Oh, you should have him for a podcast.
Yeah,
'cause
sure.
that's- Yeah.
You
But,
know your job here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I need to make a list.
Yep, you do.
No, but they were sitting there talking to him, and I really remember Höst and the other guys was asking him about these necrophile kind of movies, you know, necromantic,
Yep.
and you know, usually like if you make movies in your own interest and stuff, if he was interested in necrophilia and stuff, he was like, you know, necrophilia is, I think it's more about the fear of being abandoned. That these serial killers and everything, it's not that you get necessarily turned on and think it's nice to be next to a body.
But
Dead body.
that corpse won't leave you.
Right. make them stay. And it's like the fear of getting left. So it's kind of romantic. So
It is kind of romantic.
Yeah, suddenly necromantic makes more sense.
Cheers for that.
In a weird way. Cheers indeed.
We are evil. Back on it. We have our image going here. Thank you, Jannicke. You kind of just turned us back in here.
There were other things in this festival.
Yeah.
We had 19 tattooers, all of them connected to black metal from all over the world. I didn't know half of them. I just invited them and they came and it was amazing. None of the bands were getting paid. They got paid in tattoos. Also,
Yeah, 8 hour per band.
Yeah, the tattooers were asked to give up 8 hours of free work to tattoo the bands, and the bands got 8 hours for each band to
Spread out.
divide among
Divide,
themselves
yep.
if they wanted to. And it was a win-win deal, and if we earned money, it would go to the bands, which, because we didn't want to earn
Just
anything.
split it, split
Yeah.
the profit.
And we also had actually live interviews with Finnbjørn Tønder, the journalist that first interviewed Varvikanes after we burned the churches interview.
Yes, yeah, sure.
He was on stage with Harald Fossberg, who's also a journalist, where he got interviewed live about this whole thing.
What does he think of it now?
I don't know. I was the mama of everything, so I was running around. I didn't get to see
For
everything.
once in your life, you were stressing?
I was stressing around, trying to organize everything. But now we also had Jonathan Seltzer from England, who's a Metal Hammer journalist. He was also interviewing Per Joar Dolk of Kamfar and Jørn Inge, and we had also an interview with Pitten about making of the old albums and everything. So there's a lot of stuff going on in one festival. And as I said, we wanted an intimate mood to it all. The venue takes 1,500 or 2,000 people. We just wanted to make it kind of go around so we didn't have any depth at the end.
Yeah.
So it was only 500 tickets sold for this event.
Oh, so it was limited?
We downsized it to 500.
Yeah.
Because that's what we figured, that then it would give a little bit to the bands and it would be not too many people seeing this stuff.
Yeah. How much per ticket?
1,600.
Yeah, that's
1650?
two-day pass thing.
Yeah. It was 10 bands. But of course, it was a lot of people not coming because they're like, well, 1,650 kroner could give us 30 bands in a different festival. And I was trying, to say, well, this will be kind of special because all the bands were doing special things. Like Kamfa would have a member that left them 10 years ago.
Join them
on stage.
Yep.
And Slave did a demo song. I can't remember which one, but they've never done it live before.
Cool.
Galsved was a debut.
Yeah.
And Einar Selvik was with them on stage for part of the show. There was Clasp Ritual, which was Dirgerap he did as a present to me. Oh, very cute. There was people from Cult of Fire and Galskag and Trelldom and Tåke and a lot of, it's like all-stars band doing Burzum songs and doing so much different stuff on stage. It was
Is there a video
really
from that?
Yeah, but it's not released.
I would like to see that.
Yeah. No, it was really, really something.
And I need to ask, how was the old funeral thing?
It was so good.
Did they get together and rehearse a lot, or how did that come to be?
Yeah, I think so. And Skada, a friend of mine, she did a new backdrop for them, or funeral backdrop.
Yeah.
They did go to. I mean, I've seen them in between because when one of them turned 40 or 30, they have this little community house up at Os where they gather their forces and then they have a whole funeral gig for us that's invited. So I've seen
really?
them. Yeah. So I've seen them a few times.
But that's kind of funny because that proves that band is the first love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of those guys.
Yes.
And they keep
and they're so good
returning to it.
friends. They're hanging out now. They're so good friends. I mean, and Abbat and Tore still have Bombers.
Yeah,
That,
you know what? Just to break off a little bit, the Bombers is a great Motorhead tribute band.
Oh yeah, it's the best one.
Olve actually sounds like Lemmy. You know, I don't know how he does it.
No, it's an amazing band.
Really cool.
I'd rather go and see them than see Motorhead, actually.
And now you have no choice, Jannicke.
This is true.
Lemmy left us.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but it was his time, you know. But I don't know. That's just great. Please continue.
Yeah, no, it became a documentary, the whole black metal festival, which we hope to release pretty soon.
Okay, so it's not out.
No, it's not completely officially out, but it's been going to like movie festivals, film festivals in like Bogota, Colombia, and Montreal, and it's been visiting because it's done, and it's been visiting different movie festivals, film festivals.
Why
around
haven't
the
I
world.
heard about this? Who did it?
The Grimposium. They're from Canada, because we wanted
Film
to
company, crew guys, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to have this kind of documented for later on. We didn't want to, release something, but we wanted it documented for the bands itself also. And these
So it's
guys,
thorough then. It's like they go in depth in production, talking to you, talking to the bands.
Yeah.
Some live footage.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
And
a proper documentary.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's Vivek Venkatesh. He's a professor in Canada. A professor in metal.
Professor in metal. I thought that
that's
was
awesome.
Gylve's job, but okay.
No.
Gylve, you're not getting paid. You should get into this.
No, it was really nice because they came over to film it for us, and then they asked to do a documentary, and we've been working very close with them.
Okay.
We were in New York on a movie premiere of the film and everything, so
When was it finished?
2 years after, I think. So we went over, Kirsty, Eva, and me.
Do you have it?
I have a link to it somewhere. So yeah.
No one can see
Actually,
my
we
gesturing here.
We showed it at I think it was Beyond the Gates.
That doesn't help me anything.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's really cool. It's a lot of it has a lot to do with the history of metal in Bergen also.
Awesome.
So, and it's a lot of tapes from, or I think all the bands have one song in it except for Clasp, maybe. Clasp was filmed, but it hasn't been released because he didn't want it. The Clasp Ritual, the ones who did Burzum covers and everything.
Okay,
they didn't want it released in that
all-star
manner.
band. Yeah.
Because they wanted it to be just a thing of the moment.
Sure.
That's it.
Sure.
So, but
Wow.
it became something.
And you are trying to be hard to get and say that this was a one thing,
Yes.
one-time thing, you know.
But that's why we went completely all in. Like we didn't spart på kruttet at all.
No. And
We,
you're not a music business person. You're not a festival organizer.
No.
So this
I
is
just wanted to do it.
Yeah, what's the word? I always have a hard time finding the word for this. What's ildsjäl? What's that? I cannot even start to explain how long pause we had because of this word. We had like 10 minutes of bullshit just to try to find out what ildsjäl was in English. Because the point here is that Jannicke, she's not a kindred spirit, but
No.
she's a ildsjäl. She's the driving force behind the Black Metal Festival. That means she's so eager to do this, you know. You're not in this for the business or the money or the profit.
No, we didn't earn anything.
No,
we didn't want to earn anything.
No, you did it
That was the
because
big thing.
it was the love of the culture and the happening, the event.
It was just the whole thing needed to be done.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yep. I see people in the mirror here.
Yes. Hello.
You guys don't know how to knock? Fuck.
So Gal and Robin just came in.
Gal is in the house. What are you drinking today, sir?
Guinness.
Guinness? I thought
Guinness?
you was a wine guy.
Is it raining outside? Slightly.
Slushy.
Slushy, yeah. You look like a breath of fresh air.
I am a breath.
You too.
Welcome, gentlemen. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Getting better.
Yeah, great.
So you guys kept it going until 4 a.m. last night, I hear?
They kept us up.
they kept you up because you were completely innocent.
Yep,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes.
The podcast got crashed now.
Yes.
Big
In
time.
a very cozy way, though.
Take the microphone up to your face again, Missy. And
Okay.
let's finish
Microphone
this.
is in my face.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Let's finish
We're
this.
talking about black metal, actually.
We are?
And
So-
how we didn't want to earn anything. And
Yeah.
we wanted to just the bands and the tattooers to have a great time, which I think they did. Oh, backstage, I have to say. Backstage, we had like star chefs, like Michelin chefs, doing the backstage food, like suckling pig and stuff.
Wow, the catering was
the catering
really well
was
handled.
like like the best chefs around was actually doing the food backstage, which
Okay.
was really cool. And they were also doing it for nothing, just to be a part of everything.
Kristoffer Håtuft.
Kristoffer Håtuft of Lysverket, which is an amazing restaurant we have here.
in Bergen,
Yes.
obviously. Yep.
Yeah, he personally showed up and
Wow.
served 70 people with 3 suckling pigs and everything.
Wow.
Even Jörg Butgereit, because he was like, yeah, well, if we come up there, you have to get us good dinners and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but you can eat backstage. And he's like very skeptical.
Wow.
And then these chefs, like one was a Norwegian champion making the dessert one day. We had another TV chef doing something one day. We had all of this going. So he was like, okay, this is good stuff. Like, thank you.
Wow.
So
You obviously have a gift here. You get to pull out the best in people.
Yes.
To just show up and be charitable, you know?
yeah, but as long as people know that nobody's here to exploit them or make
Yeah.
money of them, and everybody's here just to do a cool thing
Yeah.
and enjoy it, then I think people will join you.
Please do this again.
No.
So I may visit too. That would be great.
Yeah, you should have been here.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those.
Yep.
I heard from a lot of people, because we were not sold out on this event. I think
No.
we had 100 more tickets to sell, which
Oh, so
never
you-
got sold.
Aha, so you had 400 people there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Those live to tell the tale.
yes, they do.
Yep. How do you want to end this, Jannicke?
With Prosecco?
Yeah, we will. We will. It will be just as late today. But is there anything you want to, I don't know, make people aware about? Something you want to push coming up, or?
Not really. Next year, I just hope, or this year, I just hope we can travel more and go to more concerts. And I hope Gal can, their gig, Galsbyrd, in,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
1.5 weeks' time. I hope that will happen.
It's quite possible.
1.5 weeks time?
Yes.
Wow.
The 23rd
23rd.
Oh, that's really,
of January, they're playing.
that's near.
I know.
Scary near.
I know. I'm just hoping. Because when we saw Enslaved live in December, to go and see a live gig again was just completely amazing. I want more of that.
Where is this supposed to be?
Värfte.
Varfte. Okay.
Everything happens. at
Oh,
Värfte.
obviously. Okay.
I have a potential solution if it's very limited.
To have it here, at the studio.
No, still at Bergen, but in a kind of a different setting.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
Cool.
Hoping and hoping. Actually, cheers. Here is to hoping. I want to be at that gig.
To hope.
How black metal
So
of you.
black metal. Jannicke, thank you for torturing me and for being a part of my life in making my art.
Oh, you're very welcome. And thank you for the podcast. That was a cozy time.
It
actually.
was?
Yes.
Awesome. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.